Okay, a thing about layers. Now we have all these objects selected, so I'll just come in here and select all this, Shift P to remove them from the appearance. So hold this one down, Shift P. Okay, so if I come to my channel box, I have my layer panel. I can select this group of cubes. Okay, then I can create a layer for them so that I can turn off the layout template, a layer. So layers are important when modeling. Okay, so here the first option tells us that we can move a layer up or down in the arrangement. Here it tells us to create a new layer, and here it tells us to create a layer from objects that are selected. So if I click on this, for instance, it now creates a layer based on the selected objects. So now with this layer selected, I have V, P, and I have this box here. V stands for visibility. So if I click on it and turn it off, that means I've turned the visibility of those objects in that layer off. I can bring it back on. This, clicking on this will template the objects in the layer, so I can only see their wireframes. I can't select them. But there are times I want to template them, but I still want to see their full shaded shape. Then I will click on this T again to turn to an R. So even though I can see the shapes, I can't select them. I can select everything else on my scene, but I can't select them because they are all, the R means they are templated but in render mode. That is in rendered mode, in actually a full shaded view. So I can't select them. So it's also something very important to the layers. So I'm template them. Then I can come and create a new layer group base. I've not selected an object, so I can create a layer. But if I want to rename this layer, first of all, let me just call it, double click on it, then I can come here and give it a name. So I can call it boxes 1. Then I can decide to give it a index color. So, and save. So it's changed, boxes 1. I can come and create a new layer. Now this layer doesn't have anything inside of it, but I could select this guy and select this guy, and though they are not selected this layer, I can right click on this layer, then now click on add selected objects. So once I now do that, so those objects are now in that layer, so I can turn off that layer as well. Okay, if I want to remove them, I can remove selected objects and they are no longer in the layer. So if I turn off the layer, you can see it doesn't affect them. So either I select the object first before I create the layer, which will be this one, or I create the layer, then select the objects and add them into the layer. So working with layers actually helps us in modeling to specify different objects at a time or group them in particular points where we can turn them off and on at choice or at will. So layering is very important in modeling. When you have a complex scene, you want to put your objects in layers so that you can specifically work on a particular group of objects without affecting another group of objects. So that's just the basics. We'll deal with that more in our modeling process.